if everything, if at the level of atoms everything is just open space, then isn't our concept of ideas such as oranges just mental abstractions developed by the human mind through conditioning to exist as a form? Yo. What's up? I got a new Warframe. Let's go see it. Should be done cooking. What's up? How's life? Yeah. How do I put it on? How do I put it on? Put on. How do I put it on? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go run some mission. What's new with you? What's new with me? Not gonna even pay attention to that. That's too heady right now. I just want to shoot some things and chat with the dudes. Can I do the junction yet? Iliad, Phobos. We gotta get to Phobos. All right, let's just run it. So I've been reading the Dharma bums. Pretty good. A Jack Kerouac, Beat Generation. It's like basically an old school hippie. But like, you know, the cool kind. Like going on hitchhiking trips. Really into the Dharma. I don't know. I don't know where I was gonna go with that. It's been fun. I've been reading. I mean, that's always weird, right? Who does that? What abilities do we have with this thing? Oh, I don't even have it unlocked yet. I have that. I don't know what that did. I don't know how to level this guy up. What else is new? I had a lot of things to talk about, but then I lost it. Oh, I've been trying to. Okay, so here's something. Here's an actionable step for your lifestyle. Learned this from the same friend who got me into Dinkum, actually. So turn off your search history on YouTube, and it'll stop giving you recommendations based on its algorithm. Incredible. It's just phenomenal. I've found that I've done pretty good at removing myself from social media. Only hop on Instagram when I want to get updated on the happenings, and then I think I already mentioned I followed a bunch of frog posts. So it's just a bunch of frog memes and eventually get tired of it. Well, YouTube was like my one holdout. Like, I've always been a YouTube fan, and there's a lot of like useful stuff on YouTube, like cooking tips, life hacks, you know, the news when you want to see what's going on, breakdowns and stuff like that, Johnny Harris stuff, maps. But I found that I was spending a lot of time on the home page, or whatever it's called, the home feed, which is just you know, algorithm based content. And if you've seen that Netflix documentary on algorithm based content, I don't know what it's called, but you probably heard of it. If not, well, that sucks. Basically just dives into how social media is horrible and stuff. But one of the things about it, I can't remember if I cut it from my last Warframe video or not. One of the horrible things about it is that, like, it's like a parasite. Like, Also, I need to stop saying like so much. I fucking spam the hell out of that word. So it's akin to a parasite in the way that it fixates on your attention. I'm trying not to say like, I say it so much, but I'm having to like I'm having to choose my words wisely now. So if I pause, just pretend I'm Obama doing a speech. And so the algorithm, it saps your attention. Change. Oh god. Okay, we can say sentences without spamming like. We got this. So the algorithm in social media fixates on where your attention goes to minute details, such as even when you stop for a second and look at certain posts or headlines without even necessarily leaving a thumbs up or heart or the positive notification that you can put on YouTube comments. I'm just gonna stick with thumbs up. Yeah. And so even if you don't thumbs up or comment, just noticing that you lingered somewhere indicates that something about that post drew your attention. And that's one thing, you know. It's like, it's akin to targeted marketing, where on some hands it's nice to have targeted marketing, you know. It's presenting solutions in the best case scenario to your problems in a very relevant way. But where it becomes toxic is the fear and rage baiting, which again, can't remember if I cut this from my last Warframer talk, but the number one way to get to somebody is through their emotions, which is, I'm just gonna say it, why I hate Trump's campaign messaging. It's fear-based. It's fear-based. The immigrants are gonna ruin your life. Let's talk about reform. Anyways, honestly, all politicians and marketing, it's fear-based, or hate-based, or anger-based, or rage baiting, because that goes straight past your critical thinking, straight past your prefrontal cortex processing, and straight into the amygdala, just hijacking those primal urges and instincts of the human mind. Long-winded way of saying emotional reactivity equals content and engagement on social media in a much more reliable way than trying to stimulate things such as creativity or hope or I mean the news. Look at the news. Look at statements by politicians on crime. Crime's going up, even though the long-term trend is crime is actually falling for the most part. There's COVID had a spike. COVID did have a spike, but overall, crime's pretty on the low compared to historical averages. Look up those FBI statistics if you want to leave a nasty and contradictory comment, and make sure to leave your citations. No, I don't need to leave citations because that's not what I'm here for. Not gonna sit down and feed you the info. Consider me a secondary, if not tertiary source, if not quaternary. A long-winded way of saying removing your search history from YouTube stops it from suggesting algorithm-based feeds, because it completely stops it. It's incredible. You can't turn these things off, except you actually can in this instance. You see, Snapchat, you switch to the stories page and it just throws up all these algorithm-based images and news articles and social media influencers, and you can't turn it off. That was one of my least favorite things. I hate this algorithm stuff forced in your face with no off button. And they do it because it's profitable, because of that emotional reactivity, which hijacks thinking, hijacks your mind, creates addiction. And so it's incredible. It's incredible turning off, because YouTube was like my last social media holdout. And being able to turn off the algorithm-based feed just by turning off your search history, the way that you know it's incredible is because when you turn it off, you start like having these gaps in your existence where you just kind of sit bored. Because you still have your subscription feed, but eventually you catch up to your subscribers' posts, which is how it used to be. This is that old charm of now there's not content being fed to you, so you're going to have to either go in the search engine and generate content that you want to find rather than being fed to you in a way that just forces what's going to cause emotional reactivity and fixating your eyes on the screen. I'm gonna get fucking executed for saying this stuff. Executed or canceled. We're breaking out of the matrix with this one. That alone has it's been a big tweak in my lifestyle lately. I'm trying to wake back up. The past few months I've been really half sticking to routine, half busy. Right now I've got a lull in my things to do because it's like my number one thing is just apply to jobs, but eventually you apply to the current postings and you gotta wait for new ones to pop up. And then also I'm not preparing for a conference or anything because I knocked that out. And I'm in a lull with the publishing thing because I'm waiting to hear back from my advisor on what publisher we're gonna go with. So I've just kind of been taking it easy myself to give my brain a break, but also just doing like some lit reviewing, which is always kind of fun and calm because I'm not panicking and worrying about my output. I'm just reading stuff and looking for relevant articles and logging what they have to say, which I don't mind. It's kind of fun. I mean, I do kind of mind because I only reviewed and took notes from one article today and then said, okay, I'm gonna go do this video game thing. But just been embracing I've basically been trying to dopamine detox a bit, trying to simplify stuff. Like I said, I've been reading. That's crazy. And it's been good. It's been really good. Still working out too. Had a mean leg day yesterday. So I've been using a home gym lately. It's basically 2 cables and with like arms that move around, and so there's a bench and a barbell on it and stuff and handles and a rope, so you can get most of the workouts you need done with it. But it means in leg day you have to do a lot of lunges instead because the handles aren't leg attachments, they're just handles, so you can't do your hamstring curls or your leg extensions. Instead, you just have to knock those out with Romanian deadlifts and lunges and step-ups onto the bench. And let me tell you, I like doing my leg day sitting down. Now, at the gym, I'll do my compounds, so I'll do squats and deadlifts. And I still do my RDLs, and those are great. But I loved those good isolations for gym days because I enjoy knocking out the compounds, like 1 or 2 compounds during my lift, and then just having fun with the isolations. It's not the best workout you could possibly get, but it's fun, it keeps me going, and I don't dread it as much. So at this home gym, having to do a bunch of lunges and step-ups, not even having to do a bunch, just doing them in general has been rough because it's very taxing on the whole system. I won't necessarily call them a compound, but they're a lot closer to compounds than isolated leg extensions and leg curls. But on the other hand, I've been trying to get into a bit more of a David Goggins mindset during these during these lunges and stuff, where I'm imagining what these training mechanisms would be useful for, instead of just taking them as something that's miserable. So when I'm doing alternating lunges, left leg forward lunge back, right leg forward lunge back, I'm imagining if I'm gonna be hiking or rucking, because I'd love to go backpacking sometime in my life, this is great training for that. And I'm just imagining I've changed my breathing compared to if I'm doing standard leg extensions and curls. Instead in this, I'm just huffing and puffing like I'm out on the trail, which seems to help encourage me to do these longer, more cardio intensive workouts compared to, or at least endurance. I mean, I'm huffing and puffing, so definitely more cardio than just sitting in a chair doing leg extensions. But yeah, it's a bit more full body, and it's really good because I have one of my knees has an issue, and it's good to be able to strengthen it. And I really haven't had much issues with my knee after doing these, what I'd like to call more athletic training regimen for my leg day. And I like to think of it as a treat when I knock out leg day, arm days right after, which is today. And then after is a full body day where I focus on, again, full body, but not in a way that's just a bunch of different compounds, which I just find exhausting and dread. So instead I just do some RDLs because I can't do my leg curls on my leg day, and I don't want to do squats and RDLs in the same day because I'll dread it. Plus I already do deadlifts on my back day, like standard deadlifts, so I figure that's hitting the hammies anyways. Don't want to deadlift one after the other. But so the RDLs are the compound of my full body day, and then I do a bunch of fun isolations. I've been doing these cable press, but slow, because I already do a bench press on my chest push day, and so on my full body day to hit the chest, I'll do these slow standing presses, and oh my god, they're awesome. They're awesome. It was in an Athlete Next video because I'm trying to find various ways to hit my chest muscle, because it's always been a sort of hard sticking point for me to get a hang of and grow. So for my full body day, when I hit it, I focus on time under tension with these slow, keep saying it's really hard. These slow 3-second positive, 3-second eccentrics to really hit them in a different way. And it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Also, unrelated to my full body days, started doing cable crossovers in place of my cable flies on my push day, and that's incredible. Because the reasoning behind cable crossovers is that they get the full contraction of the chest muscle, because with a pushing motion, that's one function of the chest, but I think it's called adduction, bringing your arm this way, is another use of the chest muscle. And I was finally able to get that mind muscle full contraction feeling in my chest that I haven't been able to get with pressing movements or cable flies. So that's compared to crossover, really getting that full squeeze in the chest. It's awesome. it's fun. It's fun finding out these new ways to target muscle groups that I struggle with. And then hitting the lats, I'll on my full body day do these cross lat pull downs, one arm, like cross one arm lat pull downs, cross body. I don't really know what they're called aside from that's like the closest definition. It's hard to describe these things. This is actually challenging right now, I think, because I don't have all my abilities, but I'm unlocking some. I just got to figure out what they are. I just did something, but I don't know what it was. I might have aggroed the enemies. That would be nice to have a taunt in a mode like this where you're defending something. I'm not entirely sure that's what I did. I'll have to dive in a bit ski. I think the Rhino's supposed to be like a... The Rhino's supposed to be a tank-based warframe, which it just keeps saying plus yada yada ability. I'm very confused what this warframe does. And what's going... I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be feeding these things to the drills, I think. Yeah. I'm getting too caught up yapping. I want to do the movement, but I can't take my hand off the controller. So, this way for the lat pull down. Shout out to Goo Greeny for just showing me one-armed pull downs, and then I don't know if it was I'm gonna stop saying likes. I might as well stop saying I don't know if it was Jeff Nippard, Nippard, the YouTuber that mentioned those, or someone else. He's usually the one that's showing all these stretch hypertrophy exercises. But because it has two arms, the cable machine I'm using, and you put them to the top and raise them up in a sort of Y fashion, when you grab the opposing handle and pull down, that stretch you get at the top and then pulling down is such an awesome way to target the lats, because again, I'm definitely still in the beginner newbie baby phase of lifting, so getting that lat mind muscle connection during standard lat pull downs is still a challenge of mine, and I still do those on my pull day, but I'm enjoying on my full body day hitting these groups that I tend to struggle with. Also on my pull day, by the time I'm doing lat pull downs, I've already done my row work and my deadlifts, so my forearms are starting to get a little shot, so that's another weak point. So it's nice to be able to do these one-armed lat exercises on my full body day. Sorry, I'm like really hyped. This full body day is a new thing I've added to my routine to hit my muscle groups twice a week, because I used to just do push-pull legs once a week, 3 days a week, because I was busy when I first started my routine. But then when I was looking at other splits, I didn't really like the thought of having to go 6 days a week, but it's cool to be able to do a push-pull legs and then a full body and be able to hit everything twice a week. And I don't want to do 2 full bodies, or no, what is it? 3 full body days? 4? I don't know what that split is. Or like an upper lower. I don't really enjoy the thought of that. I really like having... I like the push-pull legs. I wish that I could just be happy doing that once a week, but you're not optimally hitting all your muscle groups because they're recovered. They recover faster than once a week. So throwing that full body in at the end of the week is awesome to get that training frequency in, squeezing out as much as you can. At least right now, while I'm fucking unemployed and have the time and energy to do that. But even without it, 4 days a week's not bad. That's not asking a lot. And 5 days a week I'm doing right now because throwing in an arms day, just because I've always had trouble growing my arms. Anyways, back onto that full body day because I'm not done covering it. I'm excited for it later because I missed it the past 2 weeks. The bench, the back. What else do I get in there? Those are the real fun ones, I guess. I can't remember what else I do, and I don't feel like looking it up. But yeah, that's been really fun. I've been meditating again. I'm always on and off with that, but I've been doing all right with it. I've been staying relatively consistent. I've actually been trying to do twice a day because that's what worked for me back in my high school to college gap year. Because 40 minutes a day is just primo. That's you trying to ascend to dharmic purity. I think 20 minutes a day is a good goal. And so I do 2 20-minute sessions because one 40-minute session is just not happening with my attention span and just my current practice with meditation. Even 20 minutes is pushing it, and that's why I figure it's almost akin to 2 sets to failure. And so you're getting more time under tension, time under meditation, without having to do it all in one really hard go. Where's the last dig? Past here? Do I gotta go under? Looks like I have to go under. But I'll tell you. I think, I won't say it's slept on, because there is a growing, there's a growing awareness that mindfulness and meditation is very good and beneficial, but the hard thing is there's a lot of confounding variables in terms of spiritual practice and this and that, and on one hand it's reductive to just talk about mindfulness and mindfulness meditation as the only form of meditation, plus because there's so many ways to practice mindfulness and meditation. There's so many different ways to meditate. For example, when you do a walking meditation, where you just walk and bring your awareness to the sensations of your feet hitting the ground. And there's also different forms of meditation. There's Vipassana, which I believe is awareness, and that's opening your awareness up, or opening up your attention to your overall awareness, your broad field of awareness. So you're allowing yourself to feel, hear, smell everything in your environment, and that's where you're resting your attention. Whereas mindfulness meditation is focused on one point of anything, just one point. So often like your breath, or the feeling of your breath as it touches the nostril portion of your nose. Or you could just focus your attention on a candle. You could focus your attention on music. But I prefer a little hybrid mindfulness meditation, where my main attention of my mind rests on my breath, specifically around my nose area and the sensations of that. And then I also keep in mind my field of awareness. So I'm not trying to block out everything else that I'm feeling. And so your main focus rests on your breath, but you allow yourself to have sensations, emotions, etc. enter your, I guess, field of awareness, field of focus, but the focus on your breath allows you to stay anchored while you There's it's hard to talk about because I feel like especially the West is not in tune with their inner worlds very well. So especially in the Buddhist mindfulness community, there's different words for what they'll call your flashlight awareness versus your laser point attention. And so trying to talk about what's in your attention versus your awareness versus your concentration is definitely tricky. But in essence, balls. In essence, I am somebody who experiences a bit of a rambling mind, constant overthinking, and generalized anxiety, which all lead to a positive feedback loop. And so one of the beautiful things about mindfulness is that it takes all of these various feedback loops of overstimulation and overthinking and a society which wants you to be hyper fixated on either your productivity or how you come off to it, and instead returns you to the essence of I am a being existing. And I guess that's sort of where I wanted to bring up the Dharma bums, because in this story, Jack Kerouac is the point of view of the character in this is sort of this. There's certain parts in the story where he feels like an outsider in Western culture because, especially back in 70s America, which I think is around where it's based, 60s to 80s, I don't know, around that era, it was especially a bit more strict and conservative minded America, very focused on hyper production and consumerism and stuff, although there was a counterculture, but that stemmed from somewhere. And so he's trying to explain the Dharma to his friends and family while everybody's looking at him like he's absolutely batshit. They're just like, why don't you just subscribe to the religion you grew up in, Christianity? Well, you and your Buddha. Meanwhile, he's going out meditating in the middle of the night and then hitchhiking across the country and stewing on philosophy and ideas such as if at the level of atoms everything is just open space, then isn't our concept of ideas such as oranges just mental abstractions developed by the human mind through conditioning to exist as a form? And you know, it's fun. It's a fun read, especially looking back at it now as folks such as what the hell's his name? Jack Kornfield, I think, is the one who really brought the popularity of mindfulness to the West, and as ideas such as, well, not even ideas, now the scientific community and mental health and psychological community have found that practices such as mindfulness meditation have neurological impacts and cause and effect in the brain. I need to put the things in the drill. I keep getting distracted. But there's proven benefits to practices such as mindful meditation, in one way being a lack of the brain shifting into what is called the default mode network, which is the I, me, my sort of frame of thinking, and instead into a tasking network, which is more focused on doing or being. You can dive into these yourself. Just look up default mode network. I'm sure you'll start learning a bunch of interesting stuff around this. It's basically that your brain, when not tasked with something such as I need to make the fire to feed the tribe, your brain instantly starts often looking for the next problem to tackle. And that makes you forward thinking in caveman times, but in modern society where you have a lot of periods of existence now that you're freed up to have free time, instead of allowing yourself to just simply exist, you're searching for a problem, which isn't always great because that means the second there's not a task that you're working on, you're considering all of the different problems in your life and in the world. And when we live in a world filled with a mainstream media which enjoys feeding into your fear-based reaction, then that problem is the entire reality and matrix of community and social being that you exist in. God damn. I have no idea what my abilities are. We'll look it up after this mission. I know Warframe fans. I'm not killing it right now. I can probably extract, but this is right here. I want to finish the dig. I also need to throw some mods on my gun. I'm sure I have a lot of open stats, and I'm really realizing that in Warframe it seems like the mods are the progression. When you level up, I think you're just allowing yourself to throw more mods on your Warframe and weapon. There's probably another reason why I'm struggling right now is because my Warframe probably doesn't have any mods equipped because it's a new one. What else is new in the world? Oh, I found this one YouTuber. If I wasn't fighting a million dudes right now, I'd give him a shout out at this very moment. But God bless him. He's doing that old school Call of Duty commentary in 2024, and it's really inspiring me. I want to get back to that. That's kind of why. Why you grab me, creep? That's why I'm just yapping right now. I really miss seeing Anders' old content where you're fragging out in the background in Call of Duty, and then you're just talking about whatever's on the mind in the forefront. And that's originally the kind of content I used to make in my first YouTube channel. And so I love that stuff. That's really what I care about. I'm not really here for the gameplay. That's back in the day during my StarCraft educationary videos, that was certainly at the forefront because I was very much trying to get to Masters in StarCraft and loved that game. But that was when I was in college and undergrad and actually had the bandwidth to have video game ambitions. Now, I'm again just using them as a means of entertainment and relaxation. Although, when Black Ops 6 comes out, I would enjoy getting good enough to the point that I could go, okay, time to record, and then get a bunch of good content, and then just do the commentary thing over it again, because I miss that. Alright, I am extracting. I need to figure out what my abilities are, and I need to figure out what mods I can slap on my gun to make it do more damage. I actually feel like, I don't know if YouTube's been tweaking the algorithm or if through my search engine optimization days I've learned how to work with the algorithm, but the Hi-Fi Rush videos, they're getting upwards of 1.6 thousand plus impressions, which is incredible. Definitely not anywhere near that much views, but just getting that many impressions means that the videos are getting out there without me having to go through some means of external sites such as Reddit or social media, which is great because I hate trying to promote through those means because it's just extra time and toxicity. I really do hate the current state of social media. Snapchat used to be chill. You had your friends, saw their stories, send stuff to them. Now it's got that page, and it's thrown AI into it somehow and try to make you use that AI. It's just whack, man. Okay. Mods. Armory. Equipment. Foundry. Not Foundry. I keep going. Equipment. Arsenal. There we go. Alright, first off, do we still want to use this gun? What other options do they have? Not a lot of options. Was this one tap fire? Single fire? Is this one? I need a firing range. That'd be huge. We'll try it out because it's. Should we? Is this one the one that was single fire? Slow heavy bolts. Which one was the single fire? It must be that one because it's none of these other ones. I don't think. And do we want to use the shotgun? Because that was really fun. We're going to use the shotgun for a little bit. And we're going to throw some of them mods on it. What's this? Impact. I think we're still fighting veneers, so that's good to have. Critical chance? That sounds nice. I really love critical chance. Okay, and then the rhino. That's. Don't mind me. Okay, see, yeah. We got a lot of mods we can throw in. I really want some damage, maybe some HP if these do that. Armor. Yeah, give me some armor. Shield capacity would be nice too. Fuck it. No, we don't need any health. Don't need sprint speeds. Quad revive, not doing that. Resistance? I don't think I've been getting shocked too much. Ability, efficiency. That seems nice. I'll throw that in. I don't really care about seeing the loot crates. We'll throw in some health. Do I have anything that fits into this? No, not yet. Alright. We can probably throw some mods on the pistol too. I don't really care about heat damage, I don't think. More mag capacity would be nice in a sidearm, but also more damage. I'll just throw that on, I guess. Shh. We'll stick with the... Oh, that's 6. I didn't realize that. We'll do reload speed, I guess. I don't really use the pistol too much anyways. Okay, and now abilities. Oops. Let's see what those are. I charge and clobber. Part of my skin. Okay. Don't know what overguard is. Increase damage. So it's all a lot of status effects. And I stomp with force. That's pretty cool. Okay. I like that better than my other Warframe. I don't love it, but it's a step up. And I can work with that. Alright, let's get back out there. I should make notes for these episodes. That way it's not all... Wait. I'm doing these things, but I can already go to Phobos, can't I? Yeah. Iliad. So we gotta do a lot of clearing over here. Okay. This one's puncture damage. I think we added that onto the shoddy. What else is going on? Oh yeah, let me find that YouTuber's name real quick because that person really deserves a shout out. Did my game just crash? No, we're good.
Eliminate all corpus threats.
Look at this. Look at this. Your watch history's turned off. We can't suggest anything to you. Fucking love that. I really do. Okay. I know. Everybody's leaving because this is such a slow moment. Would it be at the bottom? I have too many subs to just scroll through. This might not work. Come on. He had a short, so let me check. It's cool too, you look through shorts and it's all just shorts of people you're subbed to, which is awesome because again, it's not just brain rot. It's relevant for once. Hold on, I really gotta give this guy a shout out. But even at the cost of my audience retention, damn, I'm so noble. Come on. I know. Calm down. Calm down. I'm not editing this out either, so just deal with it. I know. Calm down. Here it is. Loaded Buggy. LOADEDBUGGY. Check him out if you just want that old school. He's even playing old school CODs such as Call of Duty Ghosts and Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox. Not the new Modern Warfare 2 either. And I think some Black Ops. So it's really cool. I actually wish I was making that kind of content right now, but I'm too lazy to spend recording sessions on something like COD and just waiting and deleting all the content until I get a good gameplay. So you're stuck with this. We're doing it live, baby, or whatever you want to call this. Ooh, you know what else I've been doing? Plant identification. And boy, am I rusty. I pulled out all my old plant ID kits, my big binder full of each plant family and their distinguishing traits, my cheat sheets that allow you to narrow down if it has opposite leaves, it could be these plant families. If it has reflex sepals, it could be these plant families. And then my book, which is just basically a massive dichotomous key to narrow down plants to species. It's most sufficient if you start at plant family, which is why it's good to have your plant families down. And I'm realizing that that's where I need to start from again, is relearning my plant families. I'm out of tissues, which is why I'm struggling when my nose starts weeping. Yeah. Even before families, you have to know the vocab, and Apocarpus gynoecium. You know, words like that. I remember that I used to know what they meant, but I did not prep for this. I'll slug it out for a little bit longer. Plant vocab, really tricky, but I figure if I'm telling employers that I can identify native and invasive and exotic plants, I gotta touch back up on my skills. That way, if I do get the jobs, I'm ready right off the rip. So I went out with a friend, tried to identify a couple plants to species, and that's when I realized, oh boy, I'm rusty. So players don't. I'm still really good at it, I swear, I promise. I'm just acting right now. I'm just acting. This is a bit. This is a joke. This is a comedy special. You can't hold me to say that I'm not incredible at that anymore. It's crazy how fast one can dump their information banks after a class is passed. The vocab alone is wild, but on the bright side, I don't even have to go out and practice identifying plants in the wild to get my skills back, because my skills have regressed to a level where I just need to study again my plant families that are common to the state I live in. That way I can narrow that down, because before you narrow down a species or genus, you gotta figure out what family it's in. And if you're gonna try and key that out in the plant book, that's gonna be a long time. You gotta be able to draw that from either your fun binder or memory, because some plant families are pretty distinguishable when you get the traits down. It's really fun. I do enjoy it. I enjoy botany and botanizing. Okay. This I'm gonna think is maybe hardened skin, or maybe more damage. I'm not sure. Now I know what the abilities do, but I didn't memorize which ones are which. Okay, got more primary ammo. Nice. I think primary ammo is the purple. Yeah, overall, I've been having a lot of fun with life lately. Really working with this job applying period. In case you're wondering about the interview, I think it went all right. Not the most fantastic, but I kind of expected that because it is a bit of a higher up position than I'm used to. So when you ask me what my experience is organizing volunteer events, and I have to say none, it's not great. But what really killed me was they asked, like, on a scale of 0 to 3, what's your experience with volunteer events and other tasks and duties. But I hate that I had to answer on a scale instead of just asking what's your experience in this. Because when you ask your experience in that, and talk about the time that I was in a volunteer organization group, and I might not have organized the events, but I've been part of various volunteer events, and I've planned various things. I'm already failing the question right now, so but you get the point. Going the wrong way. So that was tough, but I do think I did all right. But they were saying that they had 10 other applicants they were interviewing, and the way I see it, there's probably a good chance that a few of those applicants have direct relevant experience, so might not be getting that job, but we'll see. Could though. But I don't remember if I said that in my last Warframe video or not, but I see job apps as dating in the sense that you don't put all your stock in one date or in one woman in the dating process, or else you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You cast that net wide, baby. You cast that net real wide. You have your stretch goals, but you also have your realistic goals. Also similar to, you say, college applications. You have your reach colleges, your Ivy Leagues. Yeah, I might get lucky. But you also have your practical choices, such as the state schools. Even a community college. You have to keep your budget in mind. Do I have enough to do slow-mo? And slow-mo! I guess that wasn't the slow-mo ability. Hello? Maybe this is the more damage ability. Gonna have to figure that out. Should probably break this thing. Hiya! I have applied to more jobs in the time being, as well as been notified that I am referred to the hiring manager in the federal jobs that I've applied to, which is your first step to getting an interview. Is they're now considering if they want to interview you. So that's really nice. Been applying to cool jobs too. There's been some cool postings in the time being, such as a Smithsonian job. That'd be really cool. I'd love to do some Smithsonian research. Please hire me. As well as some agricultural research service jobs. That'd be pretty dope too. I love my plant science. Hire me. As well as some national parks jobs, and I think NRCS, National Resource Conservation Service jobs. I think I applied to one or two of those at the time being. Maybe those were previous. I'm just gonna... Can I see my abilities? What's Rhino Stomp? It doesn't... How the hell do I know what's what from these stupid emblems? It doesn't even show the emblems when it describes it. This game's heaving me again. Yeah, I know that that's it, but what keybind is it? What keybind is it though? Okay, I just gotta look at what it looks like when he does it, I guess. Obviously going forward's forward. Strength is orange. Damage is a poof. Slow-mo, everything goes up. Okay, so... Right? Skin was orange. Probably the thing that looks like armor. What's the damage? Is this our damage? Was that the poof? My skin looks like it's hardened, so probably not. Alright. We'll figure it out. We're getting it. I'm guessing the bottom one was the dash. So the top one's damage. Is this poof? I don't have enough energy for it. Sometimes this game gets to me. But yeah, the Hi-Fi Rush videos actually performing pretty well, all things considered, since I'm not posting it on Reddit or anything. So that's really cool. They gain their own momentum. Dinkum? Still more momentum than I'd expect. People still click on it, so that's something. Not a lot of people, but still people. I'm just so surprised these things don't have like 5 views each, 4 of those views being me. So, thank you, viewers. Now, none of you really seem to hang around for too long in the videos, but that's fair. This isn't great content. But, you know, we're here. It's something to do. I'm having fun with it. I've found a good pace. That everyday posting thing, a bit ridiculous. Sorry, Snids. I can't keep up with that. I'm going back to my old school schedule 3 times a week. I think that's pretty good. Honestly, that's been half of where my time's been freeing up into my day-to-day life. I'm only doing this 3 times a week. For the better, too. For the better. I've been going on hikes, too. That's been really fun. Got a buddy that been doing around a weekly hike. Helps me get some steps in, some cardio. Played some pickleball. I think I already mentioned this. Can't remember entirely, but pickleball is fun because it's basically like ping pong, but you're standing on the table. I did mention that in the last video, didn't I? Maybe 2 ago. Disc golf? Haven't played in a couple weeks, which is making me sad, but I'm doing a lot of that this summer. That's been nice. And keeping things simple. Just trying to center myself before my next adventure, because I'll be honest, graduate school took a lot out of me. I feel like I'm only just now starting to regain my definitely not full, but regaining my composure. This dopamine detox thing has been doing really good for me too. Been getting a lot more clarity of mind and feeling that boredom, feeling those not necessarily positive emotions and sensations in the body that get stored up after 2 years of hyper stress and chaos of grad school, but it's good. It's called processing. It's called healing. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Have some food, maybe have some tea, and then do some arm day, and maybe have a strawberry banana protein shake. Maybe just strawberry. I don't know. Bananas are looking kind of beat, but they might still be edible and still have their nutrients in them. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.